The moment that everyone has been waiting for is finally upon us, with the Golden State Warriors preparing to enter the playoffs and face off against the Houston Rockets. This matchup presents a significant challenge for the Warriors, with their star player, Steph Curry, set to be marked by Aim Thompson. This will likely be a fierce and extended battle, with both teams bringing their own unique strengths to the floor. Today, we're going to break down this pivotal first-round showdown between the Warriors and the Rockets. But before we dive into the key details of this opening game, let's take a moment to stay positive and rally behind Golden State. If you're hoping to see the Warriors overcome the Rockets and make it to the next stage of the 2025 NBA playoffs, don't forget to show your support. Currently sitting in the 7th spot, the Warriors are preparing for a trip to Houston, where they will play the first game on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Interestingly, despite being ranked 7th, the Warriors are considered the favorites to win this series against the second-seeded Rockets, with odds listed at -190. This is a curious situation, as a 7th seed typically doesn't carry such a strong favorite status against a 2nd seed. However, the wealth of playoff experience within the veteran core of Golden State, who have multiple titles to their name, gives them a significant edge. In contrast, the Rockets, with their young, developing roster, have yet to win a first-round playoff series, making Golden State's favoritism more understandable. When we examine the series odds, the most optimistic prediction is that Golden State will win the series 4-2, which carries substantial value. The next most likely outcome, according to analysts, is a 4-1 victory for Golden State, a prediction that is quite remarkable, especially given the chances the Rockets have in this matchup. Golden State is the overwhelming favorite for this series, with the expectation being that they will win in 6 games. In fact, the next highest probability is that Golden State will sweep the series, which is quite surprising when you consider that analysts believe a Golden State sweep is more likely than a Houston win in 6 games. While this might seem unexpected, it's a testament to the confidence analysts have in the Warriors' abilities. Looking back at the regular season results between these two teams, the Warriors won the season series 3-2, though only 2 of those games featured Jimmy Butler with Golden State. Therefore, while these results shouldn't be completely disregarded, it's important to note that both teams have changed significantly since those encounters. I want to highlight the 2 games in which Jimmy Butler participated against the Rockets since his arrival on the team, starting with the game on February 13th, where the Warriors won 105-98. In that game, Golden State delivered a solid performance, even though their shooting wasn't stellar, finishing with only 27% from beyond the arc, hitting 11 of 41 attempts. You're familiar with Houston's style of play, always looking to complicate things for their opponents. Despite Golden State's shooting struggles, Curry managed to score 27 points, shooting 38% from three-point range, hitting 5 of 13 attempts. Another player chipped in with 18 points, while Jimmy Butler contributed 19 points, and several others also had their moments on the scoreboard. It's important to note that Fred VanVleet didn't play in that game, which is significant because he's one of Houston's key playmakers. Additionally, Golden State was able to limit Jalen Green's impact on the game. One of the standout performances in that game came from Aaron Holiday, who did well on both sides of the ball. If Aaron Holiday is stepping up, it's a positive sign for the Rockets, as his defensive presence can make a difference. Another crucial factor was limiting Jalen Green's impact, which allowed Golden State to dictate the pace. Although Aaron Holiday had a solid showing, the overall strategy seemed to work as the Warriors kept Houston at bay. Meanwhile, Ahmed Thompson struggled to find his rhythm, and both Jalen Green and Al Princian weren't particularly effective, with Princian making just 4 of 10 attempts. However, when we look back at April, things started to take a different turn. On April 6th, just 2 weeks ago, Curry faced significant challenges, and Jimmy Butler wasn't especially effective with his mid-range shots in a game where Golden State was physically overpowered. In contrast, Jalen Green had a stronger performance, and Ahmed Thompson showed flashes of what he can do. It became clear that Golden State faced a more formidable challenge from Houston, especially as the Rockets' young roster continues to evolve. When the Warriors and Rockets meet again, the atmosphere will be electric. It's clear that this will be a series to watch closely, with every moment counting. There will be detailed coverage, with scores and statistics, providing an exciting experience for fans. This will be the perfect space to stay updated on the team as they prepare for the showdown against Houston. To help you get ready, let's go over 5 key factors that will be critical for Golden State to secure victory in this series. The first key to success will be matching the pace and physicality of Houston. This Rockets team is known for its length, speed, and youthful energy, which means they are more than prepared to challenge Golden State physically. This series is expected to be a grind, with both teams putting their bodies on the line. Golden State will need to elevate their level of play to meet this challenge, especially considering that Houston boasts several tenacious competitors who can present problems for a player like Curry. One of the biggest challenges will be keeping pace with the Rockets, as they have several high-level players who can make life difficult for someone like Curry. Houston's defense is designed to limit shooting opportunities, especially for players of Curry's caliber. The Rockets are loaded with players like Dillon Brooks and Ahmed Thompson, who have already given Curry trouble in past matchups. Additionally, Tar East has seen plenty of playing time for Houston, making him another player Golden State will need to keep in check. The key here will be for Golden State to match the intensity of these players, and for this, they'll need to rely on their own strengths. This is where Moses Moody comes into play. Although he hasn't been very active recently, Moody will likely be tasked with the primary defensive assignment. He's had his struggles offensively, especially with wide-open shots that haven't been falling, but he's been solid defensively, applying pressure on the ball and turning defense into offense. I like what I've seen from him on that end of the floor, but it's also crucial that he starts converting shots, because if that doesn't happen, he might find himself off the floor.
The second part of this playoff series between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets will undoubtedly be an intense continuation of what promises to be a fiercely competitive matchup. As we look ahead to the next stages of this game, one cannot help but appreciate the unique styles both teams bring to the table. While the Warriors' experience and championship pedigree are unquestionable, the Rockets' youthful energy and hunger for a playoff run could make them formidable opponents. This series could unfold in numerous ways, but as the teams prepare to face off again, the Warriors must fine-tune their strategy if they are to advance past the Rockets. In addition to dealing with the Rockets' athleticism and length, the Warriors will need to address some critical tactical adjustments. Houston's defense has been notably aggressive this season, particularly with players like Dillon Brooks and Alperen Sengun providing a strong defensive presence. Brooks has long been known for his ability to get under the skin of opposing stars, and they will surely be a focal point in trying to limit Curry's effectiveness. His ability to guard on the perimeter and create havoc for the Warriors' ball handlers could shift the momentum if Golden State isn't careful. It's likely that Curry will find himself in some tough situations against Brooks, but it's equally probable that he will rise to the challenge. The Rockets' defense, though strong, could struggle with the Warriors' speed and shooting ability, especially if players like Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole catch fire. The Warriors will also need to exploit Houston's relative lack of playoff experience. While the Rockets have a lot of talent, they haven't been through the grind of a post-season run. This is something Golden State can capitalize on, as their roster is filled with players who have lived through the intensity of the playoffs. Draymond Green, in particular, will be instrumental in keeping his teammates focused and maintaining a level of composure under pressure. Green has been the emotional leader of this Warriors team for years, and his leadership in high-stake situations will be vital if Golden State hopes to get past Houston and continue their championship pursuit. Green's defensive versatility will be key in this series, especially against a team like Houston that thrives on athleticism and speed. Whether it's guarding Sengun in the paint or stepping out to contest shots on the perimeter, Green's ability to impact the game in various ways cannot be overstated. Alongside him, Kevon Looney's rebounding will be pivotal. Looney's contributions might not always make the highlight reel, but his work on the boards and ability to secure crucial possessions will be vital. Against a Rockets team that is often able to generate second chance points through their offensive rebounds, Loney must step up and ensure that Golden State don't give Houston extra opportunities to score. In a playoff series, where every possession matters, controlling the boards could make the difference between advancing or being eliminated. Another aspect that could work in Golden State's favor is their depth. While Houston has a talented roster, the Warriors' bench has shown the ability to provide a spark when needed. Pole, in particular, could be a difference maker in this series. While as at his struggles at times, Pole has proven capable of taking over games with his scoring ability. If he can maintain his confidence and play within himself, Pole could provide that scoring boost that the Warriors might need, especially if Curry and Thompson are facing heavy defensive pressure. Additionally, players like Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga could step up and provide valuable minutes. If these young players can contribute effectively, the Warriors could use their depth to wear down the Rockets over the course of the series. But the real challenge will come down to how well Golden State can execute their offense against Houston's defense. The Rockets have the ability to switch on screens and create mismatches, so the Warriors will need to ensure that they don't settle for bad shots. Moving the ball, creating open looks, and getting good possessions will be critical in breaking down Houston's defense. Curry will undoubtedly be the focal point of Golden State's offensive attack, but Klay Thompson must continue to be the consistent scorer as known to be. Thompson has been in and out of the lineup with injuries in recent seasons, but his ability to get hot at a moment's notice is a weapon the Warriors will need to unleash against the Rockets. He can stretch the floor and provide spacing for the Warriors' offense, allowing Curry to operate more freely. Houston, however, won't make it easy for Golden State. The Rockets will likely look to capitalize on any weaknesses they perceive in the Warriors' game. One key area of concern for Golden State will be defending without fouling. Houston, with players like Sengun and Green, can get to the free throw line consistently. If the Warriors get caught in foul trouble, it could disrupt their defensive rotations and allow the Rockets to build momentum. This is where Green's leadership on the floor will be critical, as is often tasked with guarding Houston's most physical players. Staying disciplined on defense and avoiding unnecessary fouls will be a focal point for the Warriors in this series. Offensively, Houston's game plan will likely center around creating open shots for their shooters. The Rockets have been a team that thrives on getting equality looks, particularly from behind the three-point line. They will need to hit their shots in order to keep pace with the Warriors' offensive onslaught. Players like Allen Green and Fred VanVleet can catch fire in an instant, and if they start hitting from deep, it could change the course of the game. Golden State will have to close out hard on the perimeter and make sure that Houston's shooters don't get comfortable. The Rockets' juice and energy will be tested in this series, but they are certainly capable of causing an upset if Golden State becomes complacent. The Warriors cannot afford to underestimate Houston's ability to strike fast and take control of the game, especially on their home court. The series will likely come down to who can impose their will and dictate the tempo. Golden State will have the edge in experience, but Houston's athleticism could prove to be a game changer. As this playoff series continues, the key for Golden State will be to stay disciplined, execute on both ends of the floor, and use their depth and experience to wear down the Rockets. While Houston has the talent to compete, the Warriors' championship DNA will be a determining factor in this series. If they can execute their game plan and stay focused, the Warriors should advance to the next round. However, they will need to remain vigilant and avoid underestimating their opponents, as the Rockets have shown they are capable of competing at the highest level. This series promises to be an exciting clash, with plenty of drama, intensity, and crucial moments ahead. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going.
The Golden State Warriors find themselves engulfed in a storm that could shake the foundation of their dynasty. According to sources close to the organization, a serious falling out has erupted between franchise cornerstone Stephen Curry and young forward Tracy Jackson-Davis, also known as WATTER 3. The tension reportedly reached its breaking point during a recent team meeting, where heated words were exchanged behind closed doors. Curry, a respected veteran and leader in the locker room, is said to be deeply disappointed with WATTER 3's attitude and approach to the game. Insiders claim that the disagreement began as a minor difference in philosophy during practice sessions, but quickly escalated into personal animosity. Curry, known for his professionalism and team-first mentality, allegedly confronted WATTER 3 over what he perceived as a lack of effort and focus. WATTER 3, in turn, did not take the criticism lightly, reportedly challenging Curry's authority in front of teammates. This confrontation is believed to have deeply affected team morale and disrupted the Warriors' already fragile chemistry in a season full of inconsistency and underperformance. What makes this situation even more alarming is the reported stance of Curry, who, for the first time in his career, has expressed that he no longer wishes to share the court with a teammate. This is an unprecedented position from the two-time MVP, who has long been praised for his calm demeanor and leadership. The Warriors' front office now faces a critical decision as they try to manage internal tensions while keeping their competitive hopes alive. The incident comes at a pivotal time, with the playoffs looming and the Warriors fighting for a place in the postseason. Fans are left stunned, wondering how such a public rift could occur in a franchise that has prided itself on unity and culture. Whether this rift can be mended or leads to a major roster change remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The crisis within Golden State is real, and its consequences could redefine the future of the Warriors as we know them. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.